On the morning of March 4, 2026, a frantic SOS signal echoed out across the Indian Ocean. When the Sri Lankan Navy reached the search coordinates, the surface was entirely empty. All that remained was an expanding oil slick. Of the 180 crew members on board, rescue crews pulled only 32 from the water. The remaining 148 are missing and presumed dead. The vessel that disappeared was the Iranian frigate Dina, a heavily armed warship designed to project regional naval power. The total destruction of the vessel suggests a catastrophic strike, ruling out a typical storm or mechanical failure. The Pentagon later confirmed that the Dina was targeted and sunk by a U.S. fast attack submarine. According to General Keane, this marks the first time since 1945 that an American submarine has fired a torpedo to sink an enemy warship. By engaging in subsurface naval combat for the first time in 80 years, the United States has accelerated the stakes of the current global conflict. Days before the attack, the Dina had completed a series of joint military exercises at the port of Visakhapatnam in India. This map tracks the frigate's route as it sailed away from the coast and into international waters, oceanic zones that fall outside the territorial jurisdiction of any nation. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth noted that the Dina operated under a traditional presumption of safety while navigating these open waters. This route eventually intersected with an American submarine lying in wait in the middle of the Indian Ocean. The vastness of the open sea provided a false sense of security against a hunter that remains entirely invisible from the surface. General Keane confirmed the weapon used in the strike, a single Mk-48 heavyweight torpedo. Most modern naval engagements rely on anti-ship missiles, which typically strike the vessel above the waterline. The Mk-48 strikes from below, detonating directly underneath the ship's keel, the lowest structural point of the hull. This subsurface explosion creates a massive pressure wave that breaks the ship's spine, leading to immediate and catastrophic structural failure. This rapid sinking explains why Sri Lankan rescuers arrived to find only an oil slick and a small number of survivors. The Sri Lankan Navy responded to the distress call within its designated search and rescue zone, acting on its international maritime obligations. These survivors were transported 115 kilometers south of the capital, Colombo, to a hospital in Galle. Citing the sensitivity of a foreign military incident, Sri Lankan forces refused to release photos or details about the condition of the survivors. This immediate information blackout by Sri Lankan authorities highlights the extreme geopolitical tension surrounding the unprecedented strike. In a single, untelegraphed strike, the Iranian military lost a modern warship and nearly 150 sailors. By confirming the details of the attack, the Pentagon demonstrates a willingness to use lethal subsurface force. This sudden engagement clearly indicates that the previous constraints on open ocean naval combat have been completely abandoned. The loss of the Dina signals that the deep ocean has returned to a state of active combat, where the legal designation of international waters no longer ensures a vessel's safety.